Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good morning, I guess I can still say. Oh, I'm staying very close to here. So I'm talking about today's TV. But before that, I will have to acknowledge that as of last week, we are now Viacom CBS. So this is the first presentation I'm doing with all of our new and improved and increased logos on there. And for those of you who may not know, this includes the former Viacom, so everything from Nick Jr., Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central, Channel 5 in the UK, all the way down to now also Network 10 in Australia, and of course all of the CBS branded products in the US, as well as also Pluto TV, which is an AVOD platform currently live in the US, the UK, and Germany, and a whole bunch of other things. So overall, more global reach. It's a really exciting time for us, and this is a really, really timely output and product for that, because it's about television, and it's about what do consumers think TV is, and how do they get there, and how do they understand, and what do they doing. I'm trying to figure, oh, there's my timer, okay. That's an important thing because I have a tendency to ramble. All right, so we fundamentally believe that research should be the foundation of everything we do. And our president and CEO, now president and CEO of Viacom CBS, in this beautiful quote that I love and put in every presentation, not only because it actually justifies my job, but also because it truly is something that we believe in. So our creative, our programming, our communications, our marketing are all based on research foundations. And in order to deliver on that, we talk to a lot of consumers. And on the Viacom side alone, last year that was almost 1.8 million. Oh, sorry, that was too fast. 1.8 million consumers that we talked to. With that, I'm going to play the first of two videos from this year's Emmys, because Bryan Cranston says things in words that I can only aspire to at some point be able to say. And it really brings to life the power and the energy that the TV industry as a whole has today. So let's play that video. With sound, please. Yes.
50 years ago, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. And through the power of television, 600 million people and 53 million households walked with him. Not a bad rating. I was 13 years old, and sitting in front of the television on that day, it opened up a universe of possibilities. I could be anyone. I could go anywhere, even Albuquerque. 50 years later, television still transports us to faraway places, like Winterfell, the Upside Down, even Paradise. And it welcomes us into a family home where we laugh with the Dumfies and we cry with the Pearsons. And that's multiple times every single week. Please, stop making us cry. Huh? Television has never been bigger. Television has never mattered more. And television has never been this damn good.
So yeah, television has never been this damn good, and that is obviously an industry perspective. We set out to understand that from a consumer perspective. And guess what? Television has never been this damn good, and consumers are acknowledging that. So we talked to 10,000 people across 10 countries. We filmed a lot of ethnographies. There's no much more fun than watching TV with people. It's brilliant. And then also, with all GDPR permissions and that type of stuff, we actually put GoPro cameras in a number of people's homes to watch them watch TV when we're not there. And you'll see that in some of the videos, and it's clearly marked with that. That's when we weren't there, so it's more observed behavior. So point number one, people love TV. I feel like I should have made these letters even bigger because that really is the message. And the definition of TV, I'll get to in a second, but it's an all-encompassing definition. So I'm not talking about scheduled linear television only. I'm talking about the big tent that is television, the digital fireplace, if you will. So TV today is amazing, as our consumers are talking about. 70% say that TV is an important source of entertainment. It's part of their daily life. So all of this stuff is continuing to be really, really important and valuable to people. And it also has universal appeal. So in today's world, there is a lot of stuff that is difficult, and the world is going to hell in a handbasket. And television is one of the things that doesn't separate us, right? It brings us together. It transcends age, it transcends demographics, it transcends borders, it transcends a whole lot of things, and it truly is a unifying force, and it is absolutely for everyone. TV is bigger and better than it's ever been, and again, we're having a few quotes when we're talking to people, but also 77% feel excited by all the options that they have to watch TV today. So there's an acknowledgement, of course, that all of this stuff is happening. And we've seen a proliferation of services, and there's an eye chart. You don't need to look at the numbers other than they're high numbers, and a proliferation of the ways that people are watching with devices. So there's a lot of stuff happening. However, what remains key and core and really as the foundation of everything is that content is what really matters. And this is how our consumers are defining TV. It's shows and movies. Platforms and devices do not enter into that definition. It truly is the content that makes TV, and that is the concept of TV that is so incredibly powerful with that. And in fact, the device is really almost irrelevant. As long as I can watch what I want to watch, it doesn't really matter to me what screen it's on, what wire it comes through, or does it come through a wire at all. That really isn't how consumers are thinking about it. It's about the shows that I want to catch up with or that I want to keep up with. And in fact, when you're talking about screens and devices and wires, we're bordering on this overwhelmingness. Like, there is too much great TV almost from a content perspective. And you'll see this in the video later. People are physically writing lists on a piece of paper of stuff that they're going to want to watch once they're done with whatever they're watching today. So there's this idea of the choice is overwhelming in terms of content, and certainly in terms of devices and platforms. As a result of that, viewers actively seek ease and seamlessness. That's really not something very, very new, but it's becoming stronger and stronger. And they're looking to television to reduce stress. In a very stressful world, TV is something that reduces stress. So why would we make it stressful to pick something to watch? And searching for content, particularly in a VOD world, is starting to be seen as stressful. We've had respondents refer to that period of I need to find something to watch as work. You do not want people to think about work when you want to entertain them, right? And that's a Nielsen number in the US. It takes 7 minutes to find something to watch. So there is an argument for much more smooth and seamless way of getting to content. They want simplicity. They wish that everything was available through one service, device, whatever, of course. And then also they wish that it was easier to find the things that they would love. And when all of that becomes a little bit too overwhelming, they default to content that they know, to the familiar. This is why the most watched shows on any on-demand service, other shows that are 15, 20 years old, because I'm familiar with those. It's comfort TV, if you think about it. And it's really a combination of that big new thing that everybody's talking about and the, I need some downtime, I'll just watch something that soothes my soul. And linear TV, of course, delivers on that simplicity. Linear TV is part of the overall TV ecosystem and landscape, and that is one of the things that it does incredibly well. So TV has changed, but what has remained static or consistent is the needs that TV as an ecosystem are really delivering against. It indulges me, so there's a little bit of me time in this space, and TV really provides that opportunity to indulge in my favorite shows, be they current and new or my favorites from whenever ago. There is a lot of energy around this whole idea of it's me time, I'm doing this. And by the way, we're also seeing, particularly in the on-demand space, a trend towards solo viewing as opposed to group viewing in that space, particularly because we're actually becoming quite selfish when it comes to TV, because I want to watch what I want to watch and not the compromise that 50,000 other people are doing, particularly in an on-demand world, because I know they can watch anything anyway. Secondly, TV does bring us together. So this is very much the familiar and the friend circle idea. And so TV is easy quality time. It allows you to spend time and talk to people about stuff. It gives you a topic. You do not have to pick from 20,000 different things. Maybe you only pick from 20 different things of where your compromise is. And then on top of that, also TV comes off the screen and comes to life. We were talking to one of the group of girls in the UK who had their very own Great British Pasta Bake-Off, an event that they created for themselves to get together, watch a bit of TV, and by the way, eat and cook and have fun and talk. And this energy around television of bringing people together, both in the wider world, but also in the individual household, is really true. And then sticking with the wider world, it's about opening our minds. And some of the quotes on here are expressing this. So TV almost allows for that instant global access. It helps bring us closer together around the world, and it shows you things that you may not otherwise have been able to experience. And with things like VR and all of those new technologies that are going to come up over the next few years, this is going to be an area that's going to be very interesting because it helps you transport in even more and interesting ways. So with that, I'm going to play the video of the consumers talking about the stuff themselves, because it's always better if you hear from them directly than you do from me. And there are some foreign languages in there, so get ready to read subtitles.
The way we consume television is constantly changing, and there's a dizzying amount of stats and figures on how we view TV. So we set out to cut through the static and uncover what TV means to viewers across the globe. To accomplish this, we surveyed 10,000 people in 10 countries. We got up close and personal to capture real-life viewing habits in several homes, using in-depth interviews and GoPro cameras. The stories we found shed light on how and why global audiences watch TV. What we discovered was, people love TV.
I think I'm a real TV fan. Like, I love when you sort of find a series.
Sind aber auch eine ganz gute Möglichkeit, zum einen inspiriert, aber auch bespaßt zu werden.
When it comes to audiences, TV has limitless appeal. It's big enough and nuanced enough to have something for everyone. TV is a key part of daily life for many people.
It's a way to enjoy myself, a way to unwind and relax and get away from the normal world.
ถ้า PV ไม่มีแล้วก็คิดว่ามันส่วนหนึ่งของชีวิตเนี่ยฉันน่าจะแตกสลาย
könnte mir kein Leben ohne Fernsehen vorstellen.
With a seemingly limitless amount of content, the viewer is in the driver's seat. We've never had so much choice, and that shapes the way we watch.
TV today is very advanced. There's so much to watch for every kind of taste, for every kind of person.
New services, platforms and devices mean that we can create our own individual viewing habits from endless possible combinations. Sometimes this is empowering, but sometimes it's just too complicated. When TV is a way to de-stress and get some downtime, we simply want our choices to be easy and seamless.
If we start spending a lot of time just flipping through stuff, we usually go back to something we know. Even though we've seen it 50 times, we just don't have the patience to look for something new.
Acá el día a día andamos a las corridas todo el tiempo, con los chicos, con el trabajo, con los horarios. Y por ahí sentarme un rato solo a mirar, como que relajo bastante con la televisión.
There are some things about watching TV that are as true today as they have ever been. Despite the changing TV landscape, well-established needs continue to be serviced by TV. We seek its comfort to indulge, to connect us to friends and family, and also to expand our world right from our homes. In today's fast-paced world, TV gives us a break from our busy lives. Satisfying the need to enjoy a bit of self-indulgence, TV is an escape pod that lets us get some dedicated me time.
I prefer to watch TV by myself because after I watch an episode, I like to look up on the internet about the shows. Yeah, then I'll go on and I'll watch another episode.
But it's not just about the individual or the desire to switch off. TV is a social connector, bringing us together with the people we most want to spend time with. When we watch TV together, we cook, we catch up, we spend quality time with family and close friends.
You've had a really stressful day and you get in, and then if you guys are in and the telly's on, you end up like having a chat, talking about what you're watching on TV. It's almost like a little bit therapeutic. It takes your mind off of the busy day that you've had.
Es gibt auch Mädelsabende, die wir machen, wo wir dann wirklich einfach Trash-TV-Formate, weil das aber einfach wirklich sowas ist, wo man gemütlich beisammen sitzen kann. Man kann was essen, was trinken, wir kochen dann. Wir können halt quatschen, ohne dass man groß was verpasst.
When we're looking for a space to gather round, it's the living room with the big screen. The TV is the focal point in many homes, and watching is the #1 way people around the world bring the family together.
If TV disappeared from my life, I'd probably have less to talk about for one. My friends, with my wife, even with my kids. Probably have a bit less together time.
And we're not just connecting with people we know. The shows we watch expose us to different cultures and expand our world views. We're watching TV for escapism at its best, learning new things and seeing the world through fresh eyes.
บางครั้งก็ทำให้เราเห็นโลกกว้างขึ้นอะไรอย่างนี้เราก็ดูไปเกี่ยวกับสารคดีบ้างหรือดูเกี่ยวกับบางทีเรายังไม่มีโอกาสได้ไปเที่ยวที่ไหนที่เราก็เก็บข้อมูลไว้ก่อนอะไรแบบนี้ครับเป็นแรงบันดาลใจ
It's sort of that thing where you're sitting and you're technically not doing anything, but you feel like you are really exploring the world or like going on a journey.
Whether we're viewing as a social ritual, getting out of our heads for an hour, or expanding our minds, TV is how we relax and unwind in today's complex world. As TV continues to get bigger and better, one thing is clear. The benefits it brings to our lives aren't changing. In fact, TV has never mattered more.
All right. And I have 2 more slides. One really just to summarize, TV is loved more than ever. It is bigger than ever, but is also clearly more complex. It needs to be simplified, and this is one thing that as an industry we'll have to get to over the next few years. And it continues to deliver on those 3 things. It indulges people, it brings them together, and it opens their minds. And a little bit about tomorrow's TV. So clearly TV is here to stay, as in answer to some of the questions that we've already heard earlier. TV will become even more important as a concept, but yet as content becomes hyper-personalized, VOD platforms are playing in that space, there's going to be even more choice, and therefore there's going to be a need for simplification even more so. And the simplicity of linear TV, we're actually starting to see a recognition that if I want to lean backwards, and linear TV is the only way you can do both, lean backwards and lean forward, there is a little bit of a re-acknowledgement among consumers that there's a value to this. And then also, particularly as all of the new SVOD services are coming out there, people are coming up with really, really innovative ideas, as in this tweet here. So why don't somebody just bundle all of this and create, I don't know, a cable bundle? So that's going to be the interesting area that we'll keep an eye on over the next few years. And that is really it. So thank you very much.